Good morning, everybody. Hope y'all guys out there doing great as I am. I'm doing very good. Thank you to the APS Army for all the love out there. Great to be back on camera again. And I got a little story I want to tell you guys that's pretty funny and pretty stupid at the same time. I think you're going to enjoy it. So let me see if I can get it started for you. So this story happened in a jail. I'm not going to go into what jail it was. It's not important. However, this jail was like, it was different parts to this jail. Some of the jail was a lockdown area. Some of the jail was a little bit more relaxed, like there were pods in this jail, you know. So these pods, they held like 100 people per pod. And then the lockdown area, there was a lot of pods. And then the lockdown area had a couple hundred people in it as well. But they were separated. I just happened to be put in one of the pods in this jail that was pretty laid back and relaxed. Now, I don't know how that happened because I'm pretty stupid sometimes. This particular pod that I was put in just happened to be housed right next door to the female pod. I didn't know what to think about that. I'd never seen that before. You know, kind of caught me off guard a little bit. We couldn't see the females or talk to the females. I mean, there's walls separating us, of course. No possible way that you could have any contact with them unless you were smart, and we were kind of smart too, even though we were stupid. So during my stay in this pod, I learned how to contact the females. So I was in a cell that was almost the very last. I was in the second to the last cell by the female doors, by the doors that ran through to the female side. So you couldn't get there and you couldn't see them, like I said, but you could pass notes under the door if you didn't get caught. They would send notes back if they could. We had this long paper stick, like about a quarter-inch thick and about an inch wide, and we would tape a note to the end of that stick and slide that stick underneath the door all the way to the female side. When they got the note, they would shake the stick and let us know they got the note so we could pull the stick back. Well, the females had a stick that they made too so that they could pass notes back the same way. During this time, we were in contact, talking to the females here and there, you know, passing notes back and forth. It was pretty cool, man. I like the interaction of that, man. You know, because I mean, you can't get that in jail. So yeah, it was all right. At the same time, you know, I'm somewhat of an artist. I used to draw a little bit in jail, and my artwork was pretty good sometimes. I started talking to one of these females over there about the other females, her or the other ones, the possibility of them buying artwork from me. So that started happening. And I would fold my artwork up in a piece of paper and tape it to the end of the stick and send it over there. Sometimes it was the same day. Sometimes I had to wait for commissary day. But the girls would send me back coffee, little packs of coffee, in payment for my artwork, which was really cool, because I didn't have to buy no coffee. It kept me in coffee. Anyway, that's the type of interaction we had at that time. So at this particular jail, we had what you call cell inspections, whereas you had to clean your cell, you had to make your bed, you had to sweep and mop, you know, just like you're cleaning a room or whatever. And after you cleaned your room, everybody got their beds made, rooms clean and everything, a sergeant would come around for inspection to inspect everything in the pod and make sure it was clean. And they come around and inspect every day. Now, some of the sergeants really didn't give a crap, you know, one way or another, whether it was clean or beds were made or nothing. So, you know, some of them would just blow it off, just walk through just to be there. But some of the sergeants were really, yeah, you know what I mean. They didn't play that. You know, they're like, okay, everything has got to be clean. All the beds have got to be made. So we knew when these sergeants were coming, and we had to make sure everything was straight for them. One of the sergeants made a horrendous mistake. She came through the adjoining closet doors, which is a pipe chase closet, from the female side to the male side in order to try to sneak up on us and see if we had our rooms clean and our beds made, because she liked to lock down rooms. And if there was one bed in a room that wasn't made, or if the floor was dirty, any trash on the floor, anything on the wall, she'd lock the whole room down. You was dead for the day. Locked down for the day. So she tried to sneak in there this day through the closet door and catch somebody. Well, you know, I can't remember if she caught anybody that day or not. But I do remember what she did forget to do. When she came through this closet door, she came from the female side to the male side. She shut and locked the female side door behind her. She came through to the male side, and she shut the door behind her in preparation to lock it. However, a couple people started talking to her about something, and it totally slipped her mind. She forgot to lock the door, man. You can't do that in jail. But she did. So some of the inmates saw that she forgot to lock the door. Oh boy. So the day went by. Nobody said anything about it. The door was closed. It stayed closed. You couldn't tell it was locked or not. The day went by, and about 9:30, 10 o'clock that night, some of the guys in there decided that they was going to go over on the female side and see if they could get some rhythm. I tell you what, man. Hey, well, them females ain't nothing to play with. Trust me on this. So, about 8 or 10 guys, I don't know an exact count, started wrapping their faces with towels and sheets wrapping around their faces and stuff to try to hide their identity, so nobody from the camera would know who they were, or nobody on the other side from the females would know exactly who they were. So they wrapped up like mummies, man. When you go through the door, on one side, there's a little turn lock on the inside of the other door that you can open the door with. So these guys wrapped all up, went over to the female side. They gonna get him a little something, man. So they get over there, and man, I wasn't there, so this is only what I heard, but I believe it with all my heart. So they get over there and start talking to some of the girls about getting a little action, and the girls are like, oh, hell no. What the hell, man, what's wrong with you? You ain't getting none of this for free. You might go get some noodles or noodle chili packs or something. You got to pay for this. And send them back over across the street. When they come back through the closet door, they were devastated. But funny thing about it is, several of them grabbed laundry bags and started loading commissary in them. They going back over there. They gonna pay for that. They load these bags up, man, start throwing commissary in them, man. I've got a direct view from my bed area. I can see everything that's going on. I can see straight through the door. I can see these guys' rooms over here. Man, they're just packing bags with commissary, man. They about to go over there and get them a little something. They went back. Well, evidently, before they can get some play, or if the girls were even going to give them some play, they could have just been banging on them. Evidently, one of the female guards from the other side came in to do a cell count or a cell check or something of that nature and spooked the guys, and they all come running back over there through the door, shut the door, and she saw them. Ding, 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 ding! The whole top floor went on red zone. Everything locked down immediately. Nothing moves. So we all locked in our rooms. Well, these were open rooms. These were open dormitory-style rooms. They had 5 bunk beds in each room. There was 10 people per room. There's no doors and no walls. It's just wide open. When you walk in, you're right there at your bed area. So we're all in our rooms. We can't come out. We're not locked in our rooms, but we can't come out. If you come out of your room, you're going straight to the hole because you're on lockdown. Immediate red zone. We all go on lockdown. And we're laid up in the beds and we're talking, you know, we're talking amongst ourselves in there, kind of laughing about things that went on. About 2 hours after we go on lockdown, oh boy, here they come. The goon squad rolls up in there about 15 deep. They ready to do some damage now. Boy, they start handcuffing people. Man, I mean, they just snatching people out of the rooms and cuffing them up immediately. People wondering, man, all the people getting cuffed up, they're like, what you cuffing me up for? What's going on, man? I ain't done nothing. Cuffing them up and hauling them out. You're going straight to the hole. What they didn't realize, when they were wrapping their faces up and trying to hide their identity, was that there was this great big camera up on the wall behind the police's desk recording everything. It could see in every individual room. It could see them wrapping their faces up. It knew exactly who they were. This camera caught everybody, man. Everybody that did that got caught. We're on lockdown for like 2 hours before all the excitement starts. But then once the excitement starts and they start locking everybody up, man, everybody's up. I mean, we can't come out of our rooms, but everybody's up there at the little threshold right there at the door watching everybody get locked up. Yeah, that's funny. You stupid. Yep, you shouldn't have never went over there. So they went in the rooms and they pulled out everybody that they wanted to pull out and locked them up. Everybody went to the hole. The thing of it is, you know, that camera can see in every room, but evidently it takes a long time to go back and look over everything that happened on that camera in order to be able to find out everybody that went to the girl side. We were on lockdown for 2 days, man. And during them 2 days, they still come in there and pluck 4 more people out of there and lock them up. Yeah, they was guilty too. It just took a little while later to figure out who they was. But they got them. During this 2-day lockdown, it might have been every 3 or 4 hours. Door opens and here comes a goon squad about 4 or 5 deep. Come and get another one. That was really funny. I mean, people are thinking, man, boy, woo! I slipped through the cracks on that one, boy, I got away. About 20 minutes later, they come and get you. They coming to get you. Yeah, but they got them all. Put them all in the lockup part of the jail. My understanding was that they was going to get street charges. I mean, that's the rumor that was going around. I don't know if they got street charges or not. But I do know that I talked to one of them after I got knocked off and went to the hole. No, I didn't get knocked off for that. But after I got knocked off and went to the hole, I ended up in the same cell with one of them. He gave me a general rundown of what happened. But I'm also going to tell you why I went to the hole. So I'm in there about 3 days after all this is over with. Well, they come in there and bring me a violation, a probation violation. Right after they bring me the probation violation, they have the count. When we get off a count, it's movement time. It's when they tell everybody, pack it up, you know, you're being moved here, you're being moved there, or whatever. They called me up and told me to pack it up, I'm being moved. I said, whoa. Where am I being moved for, man? I didn't go up on the girl's side. They said your level went up, your custody level went up because you got a probation violation and you got to go to a more secure unit. So I went to this more secure unit, which was a downstairs part of the jail, but not the lockup part. Well, I went to this more secure unit, and I was in there for 3 days. At 5 o'clock in the morning, right after breakfast, the sergeant, not that sergeant, but another one, and 2 of his cronies came in there and cell searched my cell, my area, and found all my artwork materials. So I have like probably about 20 different colored ballpoint pens. No, you're not allowed to have those, and no, I'm not going to tell you how I got them. I had them, and that's what I did my artwork on. So, they found my pens, they found some of my designs, they found my artwork, some of it. They matched it up to some of the artwork that they found on the female side when they searched them right after all this stuff happened, and I got hit. I'm going down, man. So, handcuff me, take me on back to the old part of the jail and lock me up in the hole. I stay in the hole for about, I don't know, probably 9 or 10 days. And this sergeant comes back there to the hole and says, hey man, says, how long you been back here? I said, about 25 days. He said, well, you want to get out? I said, well, I mean, I really don't care. You know, it's just another part of the jail. I'm going to be in the other part of the jail if you let me out. I don't care. He said, if you sign this paper right here where it said, I signed the paper, and the paper said that I admit that I'm guilty and that I'm getting time served today. So I said, well, what am I admitting that I'm guilty for? He didn't have the charges with him. I never even got served with charges. Well, my charges were, if I'm correct about this, illegally interacting with other inmates at the facility and possession of contraband for all my ink pens. You know, I checked the charges out when he brought them back there, man. I was like, yeah, you know, okay, that's all it is. Where do I sign at? So I signed the paper, man, gone. He let me out of the hole. That's when I went to the lockup section of the jail. I was in the hole, then I went from there to the lockup section of the jail. And that's where I met my dude at that told me everything that transpired with them, with the guys that went on the female side. My understanding of that is that they all got institutional charges and that none of them would ever be allowed to go in the less secure section of the facility again. That was the extent of it. That was it. That's the only thing that happened to him. It kind of makes me wish I'd have went over there too. So this lockup section of the jail that I was in is where I was at when they came to transfer me to this other jail. One day they come and told me to pack my stuff up. I'm being transferred. Man, okay. And boom, I'm gone. But that is a story, and I find it hilarious thinking about it sometimes. A story of one of the stupidest and funniest things that I've ever seen during my period of incarceration. I want to thank you guys out there for letting me share that story with you. And I really, really hope you enjoyed it. And much love to everyone out there viewing this. Everyone in the APS Army, and everyone who's not in the Army that still watches the show. Thank you so very much for allowing me to share this story. Peace!